Imagine what we could accomplish if we too chose our words as mindfully as Micah does. And if we listened with that same level of openness, when we take the time to understand the words that have shaped someone, we gain the power to add warmth, encouragement, and kindness to their journey. Today, we're exploring an idea that could transform how we connect with others. Imagine if, when you met someone, you could see every experience they have ever had, every word spoken to them, every choice they made. Imagine if you could feel the emotions they have felt and understand the reasoning behind every decision. How would this change the way you treat them? How would it change the way you live your own life? We'll dive into this thought experiment, and along the way, I'll share insights from people who have had a powerful impact on others by honoring their stories. People like Rob Nash, Micah Handler, and the team at Shanti Bhavan, just to name a few. They each show us what it looks like to meet others with profound compassion, understanding, and patience. And they remind us that we don't need to know every detail of someone's life to treat them with the love and respect they deserve, including you. I'm Rima, and I bring you ideas, interviews, and stories that allow you to explore and expand to your best self so we can have a greater humanity. Let's start by imagining what it would be like to meet someone, not just as we normally do, catching a glimpse of who they are today, but as if you could see their entire life story. Imagine meeting a stranger and in an instant, you understand the full depth of their experiences. You see snapshots of their childhood, the small moments that brought them joy, the struggle that kept them awake at night, and see how certain relationships shaped their view of the world and how some moments left scars while others lifted them up. Imagine knowing that every choice they have made has its roots in real experiences, and you're able to understand their fears, their hopes, and everything in between. If we approached people this way, wouldn't it change everything? One person who brings this kind of compassion to life is Rob Nash of the Rob Nash Project. Rob, on the surface, is a musician and speaker, but he spent years working with young people who have experienced trauma. In his concerts and talks and workshops, he shares his own story of struggling with depression and surviving a near fatal car accident as a teenager. His vulnerability creates a space where young people feel they can share their own struggles. Many of the kids Rob connects with have been through unimaginable pain. Some have attempted suicide, some are struggling with addiction, and others are grappling with loss. Rob does something remarkable. He invites them to write their stories down and even gives some of them a chance to share their words publicly. Over the years, he's collected thousands of these letters. It's as if he's bearing witness to each of their stories, helping them feel seen and valued. Imagine if we approached others like this, if we truly listened, creating a space where people feel that their stories matter. Rob's life shows us that when we take the time to understand, even a glimpse of someone's pain or triumph can help us respond with compassion rather than judgment. Now let's go deeper. Imagine that not only you could see someone's past, but you could hear every word they have ever heard. Think about the impact words have on us. Sometimes a single phrase, whether uplifting or hurtful, stays with us for a lifetime. Micah Handler's work brings this idea into focus in a powerful way. Micah is the founder of the Jerusalem Youth Chorus, which brings together Israeli and Palestinian teenagers in one of the world's most divided regions. Through the chorus, these young individuals from different backgrounds learn to sing together. And more importantly, they learn to listen to each other. Each singer brings their own stories, shaped by conflict, fear, and sometimes mistrust. But through the simple act of sharing music and stories, they begin to see each other as people rather than as enemies. Micah creates a space where words and even silence carry weight. It's a space where empathy grows one note at a time. Imagine what we could accomplish if we too chose our words as mindfully as Micah does. And if we listened with that same level of openness, when we take the time to understand the words that have shaped someone, we gain the power to add warmth, encouragement, and kindness to their journey. Now, let's consider what it would be like to not only see and hear someone's past, but also to understand their potential. Imagine knowing the future that lies ahead of someone, including the challenges and even their final moments. This might fill us with reverence, reminding us how precious each moment is. One place where this kind of reverence is evident is at Chanti Bhavan, a unique school in India that offers education, mentorship, and support to children from underprivileged background. Many of these kids come from families living in extreme poverty, and some are from marginalized castes. At Shanti Bhavan, the team does more than just educate them. They invest in their potential, seeing what these children can become. Take the story of this little girl, Vincia Edwin, who entered Shanti Bhavan from a difficult family situation, surrounded by poverty and a sense of hopelessness. Through years of education, encouragement, and mentorship, she was able to overcome the obstacles in her path, studied at a prestigious university with dreams of giving back to her family and community. Today, she's doing that and has even grander visions and plans of greater impact. The teachers and mentors at Shanti Bhavan see beyond the hardship these children face today. They see their potential, their future, and invest in it fully. Imagine if we looked at everyone we met with that kind of hope, if we didn't just see the present circumstances, but also their capacity of growth, healing, and success. So let's bring this all together. Meeting someone with this kind of depth, seeing their entire past, understanding the words that have shaped them, recognize their potential, might not be something we can do completely, but what if we brought some of these qualities into our daily lives? We don't have to know every detail of someone's story to treat them with respect, patience, and compassion. We can choose to approach others with a mindset that honors the complexity of their journey, even if we don't know the specifics. Think back to Rob Nash, who meets each young person with the knowledge that they carry heavy stories and unspoken pain. He shows us that even without knowing the whole story, we can still create a space where others feel safe to share and heal. By simply being present and genuinely listening, we can make a profound difference. And consider Micah, who has witnessed how just Hearing each other's voices and stories can bridge divides. He teaches us that even in moments of deep misunderstanding or tension, there's a power in allowing others to be heard. When we listen deeply, we honor their experiences, and that can lead to surprising connections, even friendships. You look at Shanti Bhavan, where teachers and mentors hold each child's potential in their hearts. They don't see the children as they are today, limited by their circumstances. Instead, they see what they're capable of becoming. We can apply the same lens in our lives by seeing past the flaws, mistakes, or limitations that might be immediately visible, choosing instead to see what people are capable of if we believe in them. What can we take away from all of this? How can we apply these examples in our own interactions? Well, here are a few ways. Practice patience and curiosity when you meet someone. Resist the urge to make quick judgments. Remind yourself that there's always more beneath the surface and approach them with genuine curiosity. You may not know their whole story, but you can still treat them with the respect that someone like Rob Nash would, knowing they might be carrying unseen burdens. Choose words intentionally. Words have a lasting impact, for better or worse. Be mindful of how you speak to others and look for ways to offer encouragement, validation, or understanding. Like Micah Handler, choose words that invite connection and compassion, and listen as openly as you would hope to be listened to. Believe in others' potential. Take a lesson from Shanti Bhavan and see people not just for where they are now, but for where they could be. Encourage their growth, acknowledge their strength, and remember that we all have the power to change and achieve more than others might expect. Remember that even though we may not have the ability to download each other's life experiences, we can still bring a sense of reverence to every interaction. Every person we meet carries a story filled with highs and lows, dreams and fears. And every interaction we have, no matter how small, has the potential to add something positive to their journey. When we choose to honor the story in each person, we bring more compassion into the world. We create small but powerful ripples that spread far beyond ourselves. In doing so, we don't just enrich the lives of others, we create a world that feels more connected, more understanding, and more humane. Let's go into the world and treat every person as if they carry a story worth honoring, because they do. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone you care about. Hit the subscribe button. Let's keep spreading compassion one conversation at a time. Please remember, your attitude determines your altitude in life. And every person you meet can make a difference. And so can you. I'll see you in the next episode.